Hello there, acting drama. This is in response to your Deadbeat Parents video, which I think is pretty good because no one really talks about this subject on YouTube. Well, I haven't seen a lot of videos about it. Anyway, so how has having a deadbeat parent affected my relationships with other people? Well, not so much with other people as with myself. My biological father left my mother and I when I was about 1.5 going on 2 years old, or I think when I was about 2, because I don't really remember him at all when I was like in preschool and kindergarten. So my way of thinking is that because of this situation, I personally believe that I'm not cut out to be a good father. Now, some people may think, well, just because your father walked out on you doesn't mean you won't be a good father. First of all, I am good with children. More in like a friend way than like a parent way anyway, but some people even say that you're a fine young man, and I don't think that you don't seem like the kind of person who would walk out on their children. Someone could have told my biological father that, but he walked out on me. So where does that leave me? Adults are supposed to man up, woman up, face their responsibilities and not run away, because running away is for children. But my biological father has proven himself to be a child if he was to just so easily just walk out. Just walk out on my mother and I. No, they weren't married, but my mother was in love with him, and to do something like that to her, to do something like that to me, it's hurtful. And that kind of hurt never truly goes away. Yeah, it fades away with time. Like the hate and anger fades away in time. But I mean, should him and my mother ever meet up? Well, and okay. It's been stressful on my mother because she's had to kind of pick up the role as the mother and as the father, and sometimes even the best friend. She kind of sheltered me and kept me away from a lot of things at times, only because I guess she was worried. Not only was I her only child, but there was no other father figure, and I had no other siblings. So, and compound that with a woman's ability to feel emotion, a woman would get pretty emotional, so she might have a tendency to do something like that. But I've grown up into a more socially active young man. I'm out there, I'm in the world, I'm going to school, I'm working part-time, so I'm doing pretty good things. But it just kind of hurts me to know that my biological father hasn't seen my progress from age 2 on. I'm 20 years old now, so that's 18, close to 19 years that he hasn't been here. I'm going to be 21 come this September. I'm a Virgo, by the way. September 4th, I'm going to be 21, which I'm excited about. But what if I still don't see him by that time? I'll always wonder, of course. Now, as far as my relationships with other people, well, I guess that experience, because of that, I don't know how to interact with the males a lot, or I kind of tend to stay away from males a little bit more. Okay, I'll give you another example about like male role models. Quick story. In high school, I was part of a sponsorship program, and in the sponsorship program, we had mentors, males with males, females with females, to just be a mentor figure to them, and addition help to pay off their, to help pay some of their tuition. So not only did they be a mentor to some of the other kids in high school, but it was a good tax write-off as well. Jesse Maffei was my sponsor in grade 9. We connected well, we spoke once a week, did some things maybe twice out of the month. In grade 10, he had to leave for business on the West Coast, and he was replaced by a man named Jack Clark. We really didn't connect so well. We only went out, I think, like maybe once, and we didn't talk a whole lot. So that was a bit of a downer. But then I heard that he was supposed to be coming, that Jesse Maffei was supposed to be coming back to be my sponsor for my grades 11 and 12 years. So I was pretty excited about that, like he's coming back. We spoke, I think it was a Monday. And he told me that he couldn't make it to a sponsorship dinner at my high school. I understood. He said that we would talk again Monday. Monday came around. Okay, he didn't call, so I called him. His phone was out of service, and he just upped and left. And then here I am, a year and a half later, about to graduate from high school at the time, and my guidance counselor wants me to write a letter talking about my experience with the sponsorship program, how my sponsor helped me. So you know I was just down about that. My guidance counselor even told me that every year when they do the sponsorship program, one or two sponsors kind of flake out, and it's a big disappointment. Yes, it is a big disappointment. I mean, you have a mentor that you connect with well, and they just up and leave. I think that it's hurtful knowing that. I think some people may argue that it's more hurtful knowing that they're in your life and they just decide to just walk out, as opposed to them just walking out completely. But like a mature person, I wrote to the director of the student sponsorship program, and I'm thankful that there was an anonymous person paying my tuition. I didn't know who the anonymous person was because they were anonymous, obviously, but I wrote to the program anyway, thanking them for the additional monies helped to pay off my tuition, and I am very grateful that I had a lot of good experiences in high school, and I wasn't going to let that get me down. I was a bit disappointed, of course, but you know what, but I took the effort. My guidance counselor told me that I didn't have to write the letter, but I did so anyway, because otherwise than that, I wouldn't have completed my time there at that high school, and I had a lot of good memories there, good and bad. So, and just to say that, you know, I mean, it was also tough on my mother as well. My relationship with her has gotten a bit stronger, like I said, because she has to kind of play both roles. As far as other males are concerned, my mother's boyfriend, who she's been with for a long time actually, has been a good male role model for me. No, not perfect, but you know, but good enough. Our relationship is kind of pull and pull. He really doesn't show emotion so much. I guess because he is, you know, like a regular male who wouldn't show emotion, which I really don't get because he's had both parents. He tells me that I shouldn't concentrate on this situation so much because my biological father, he's missing out on a good person, and it's true. He did miss out on a good person. I've had many experiences without him. I've graduated high school without him. I got my learner's permit without him. Made lots of good friends. You know, lots of experiences that I would have loved for him to be in the moment with me, but obviously, you know, you can't turn back the clock. Time doesn't stand still; it just keeps going. And he considers me, you know, my mom's boyfriend considers me to be like a son to him, which I think is a good thing. You know, it's kind of a warm and fuzzy feeling, so to speak. But of course, being guys, we wouldn't talk about that, at least to each other anyway. He has a son himself. Which I do consider to be like a brother. In fact, he's actually graduating this week. I can't be there at his graduation though. But my biological father, him not being here, I kind of have that engraved in my head that I wouldn't be a good father because of it. Even though they said that I'm sure that you'll be a better man than your father ever will be. It's possible, you know, I could believe that because, you know, he did walk away. I guess it would take a real man, a real woman to actually step up and be parents and not just to make, you know, not to just make children, you know. But, I mean, but who's to say, chances are that if I don't see him by my 21st birthday, then, you know, I wouldn't have given up my search to look for him as of yet because I did so recently. But if you only be here to see me become a legal adult, I don't know if you'll ever will see me, but I just thank God that I have the people in my life who love and care for me enough that they will be here to see my 21st birthday. They'll see me become an even better young man over time. And also as far as male relationships go, then there's a thing with my family members actually, with a few male family members like my uncle in particular. A lot of them don't even talk to me or contact me or bother to stay in touch with me on a regular basis. It's like their only way of talking through me is through their mother, which is my mother's grandmother, which is my mother's mother, my grandmother. And it's not good. I mean, I hear that, you know, well, we ask about you all the time and da-da-da. That's what my grandmother tells me. But come on, my grandmother can give them my phone number. They can call me if they're really that concerned. But you know what? But if they won't be in my life either, then you know that's their loss too. I'm gonna be 21 this year. You know, God's fair life. You know, anything. You know, as long as everything goes well. Hopefully, I'll be in my right mind then. I'll be a legal adult, and I will be one step closer to becoming a better man. So, Acting Drama, thank you very much. I hope that you were able to watch all this video, and this is me sharing my thoughts with you. You're right. I really do wish to see more videos like this up here. But this is just me telling you a little bit about myself, and I hope in time that, you know, maybe I'll be able to see him one day. But for now, I'm going to focus on myself and keep moving forward, because that's all we can do with the time we have.